Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music.
What is up, guys? I'm Andres.
This is RB3.
I'm Sabrina.
And this is the Meaning of Podcast, the podcast where we talk about your favorite movies and the deeper meaning within their films.
Yeah.
We are talking about the Oscar nominations that came out recently. We're going to give you guys our initial reactions. Obviously, there's a lot of chatter, especially on film Twitter, which I feel like is my home, even though it's kind of a controversial home. There's a lot of discussion on film Twitter about these nominations, people's reactions. There's different even outlets and articles being written about what the Oscars represent and where they've come to now in the 2019-2020 Oscar nominations. And I honestly want to hear more from you guys than anything else because I'm very curious to hear your thoughts, especially you, RB3, because I know you have thoughts.
I always have
so
thoughts.
Let's start off right off the bat. I want to start off with your initial takeaway, your overall feelings about these Oscar nominations for
I just
2020.
I hate to come in here and be the one to say I told you so, but come on, let's
you did.
I came in here. The Golden Globe nominations came out, and y'all were like, it's the Golden Globes. Like, it can't be worse. The Oscars can't be worse. It's the exact same thing. Which I honestly, out of, I guess, the movies that they listed, they didn't make like exactly the 100% worst choices. It's also a bigger systemic problem with Hollywood that's going on right now. There aren't a lot of great Black-led films or a lot of great minority-led films that came out this year. At least as compared to previous years. For me, I remember like 2015 was like a dynamite year. 2018 was actually a dynamite.
You didn't feel
year.
like 2019 was?
Not for black cinema for me personally. I mean,
Okay.
only notable stuff we got was like Queen of Slim and Us and a couple of others, but there wasn't like a front runner like a
Man in San Francisco.
Last Black Man in San
Not
Francisco.
enough people are talking
Early
about
in the
it.
year,
I mean, obviously this is your time, so I don't want to take
Yeah.
away from it, but I
Yeah.
can name like a lot more than that.
You know, I could actually name a lot more than that too, but the problem is the Oscars ain't gonna nominate them,
That's true.
right? I mean, again,
That's very
I
true.
think I mentioned this on the Golden Globe episodes. Out of the lead actress category, out of 92 years of Oscar history, only 11 nominees and only one winner in Halle Berry. A lot of people bringing up the supporting categories too, like overall 34 African American women were nominated throughout the Oscar history too, including supporting actress. So it's really like there's really, really bad statistics like when you go throughout the entire history of the Oscars. And I've been championing that there needs to be changes made across the board. I mean, they say they're adding all these new members, but obviously the majority, I think, is still like 84% male and 63% that's like over 60 or something like that.
Yeah, like over 65.
Yeah,
which is insane.
Yeah. So it's still overwhelmingly old, and that's what you see reflected in the nominees. So I hope eventually they figure out a way that they can include more, they can invite more African American, Latino, Asian American voices, because The Farewell getting shut out completely is unbelievable. To me, us getting shut out completely, unbelievable. Honey Boy getting shut out completely, unbelievable. Yeah. Like there is like literally, and that's not even, I'm talking about the black issue. We're not even talking about the woman issue. The fact that this was literally the landmark year for female directors, not a single nominee, absolutely ridiculous.
Absolutely. Sabrina, your thoughts?
Yeah, we've all mentioned this a little bit before, like on Twitter, talking about how great this year was, or 2019 was for female filmmakers. The fact that we're not seeing that reflected at all.
Right.
Like, not one female on the Best Director list. I truly can't, with a year with The Farewell, with Little Women, with Honey Boy, all of those, the fact that it's shut out like that, like, I thought at least Greta Gerwig was a lock. I did think that. And I would love to have Lulu Wang up there as well. Yeah. I would love to have that. And so the fact that Greta wasn't even nominated, and she's been nominated before, and her film got nominated, Little Women got nominated for a bunch of other categories, but the fact that for that one, that they missed out on her is such a shame.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like...
And, oh, by the way, I want to say, too, it's not that we want to nominate just black people for the sake of nominating black people, or just women for the sake of nominating women. I legitimately... You could legitimately make a case that you could pull Quentin Tarantino out of there. You could pull Todd Phillips out of there. You could pull a lot of people out of a lot of these categories and still have room for much better movies directed by women or directed by people of color.
That's the thing. I feel like a lot of this conversation, this always happens, right? Every year people are like not happy with some aspect of the Oscars. I mean, obviously this year feels especially worse, but then maybe last year did as well. I think my biggest takeaway is that people always give that argument of like, well, who'd you take out? Because these are all amazing. And I'm like, well, they're not.
Yeah,
They're really not. But
I have answers. I have
to be
answers to
fair,
all that.
to be fair, I want to give you credit, RB3, because I tweeted this out, and obviously it doesn't matter what my tweets are, but it's my thought behind the tweet, and it's my intention behind what I'm really trying to say.
Exactly.
But you gave me a list on this podcast of female directors that made not just good films, not just like decent films, like award-worthy films, movies that should be nominated. And I'm just going to read a few. And these are just a few, but The Farewell, Lulu Wang, you just mentioned Honey Boy. I mean, we're going to talk about Portrait of a Lady on Fire. There's movies like Hustlers, High Life,
yes.
Booksmart, Little Women,
Queen and Slim. I think
Queen and Slim, Nightingale.
In a different year, they would have gave a movie like Queen and Slim that kind of nomination. Just 'cause it's experimental.
We both tweeted about Knock Down the House. That's directed by a woman. That's a
oh yeah, that's a great documentary.
That's a documentary that could be nominated.
That's a big snub.
There's Clemency. There's The Souvenir. There's The Mustang, which is another French director. But these are movies that can win Oscars. All directed by women, all directed by not just. I mean, obviously, there's another conversation around this. Women of color. There's a lot of Asian directors, a lot of Black directors, a lot like there's actual variety in this list that I just read.
Yeah.
So, I think that's why people are especially upset, especially like you said, especially the female initiative, because that's 2019. There's so many incredible movies directed by women in 2019.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts that you were going on for that?
Oh no, I mean, again, just director wise, I think writing. I think even to me, it even comes down to like the little things, like Frozen 2 being not nominated.
Yeah.
To me, that is that.
Did you
movie,
see Frozen 2?
I love Frozen 2.
Oh really?
Yeah, and
Interesting.
And directed by a woman about female empowerment, but instead they nominated Toy Story 4, which by the way had a lot of controversy for Rashida Jones and her writing partner being hired and then subsequently leaving because they said Pixar wasn't conducive to like female voices in the female environment. So it's weird that they chose to go with the movie with that kind of baggage behind it instead of the empowering women movie. But it's Toy Story, so what can you do?
Yeah, I think my biggest thing too, and obviously shout out to Danny Fernandez who tweeted this out too, but I've been saying this for years. Yeah. It's the idea of, you just mentioned the Academy. What is the Academy? 84% white, 63% over the age of 65. These are the people who are making decisions of what quality is. And there's this idea of like, stop talking about diversity, just look at the quality. And I'm like,
you look at the quality.
Look at the quality.
Yeah.
And I just named way better films than some of the films that were nominated for a ton of awards. Yeah. And it's that idea of, it's not it's people who make these decisions. It's people who decide what is good. That's the problem. Yeah. And the problem is this initiative of like older white men saying, that's not good. That's not good. It's like, who are you to decide what's good?
Oh! You mean a well-off black family portrayed in the movie? Nah. The slave movie? I know we didn't watch it, but let's nominate that one. You know, like By the way, in the case of like Creed and Shredded Compton, the movie about a successful boxer? Nah, fuck that. A movie about motherfuckers shooting each other? Oh yeah, let's give that all the. Let's actually only nominate that movie for the category that only the white people are going to be nominated: best original or best original screenplay.
Yeah.
So the Academy, again, they really don't give a fuck. They really don't care. It's all about the profits and all about their established mindset.
Well, it goes to show, like, we're doing our top 10 of the year in a little bit.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of the ones that were snubbed made it onto my list. Obviously, some of my picks do reflect what's nominated for Best Picture and things like that. Yeah. But most of it really isn't. And it's about the quality. These are my favorite for a reason. I enjoyed some things for a reason. So the fact that some things just completely got shut out. Yeah. Even like Uncut Gems.
I was going to say, yeah.
Even Uncut Gems.
That's a massive.
Like, that to me is the biggest.
Yeah.
By a mile.
At least Sandler, like they can't get Sandler.
Bro,
so crazy.
That movie, I can name a lot of things in that movie. I mean, the score in that movie.
I was going to say the score.
Where's the score?
The editing, the sound mixing. I thought they could have had a lot of.
Oh my God.
I want to go to you, and then I'll go to you, and then I'll finish off.
Yeah.
Biggest snubs. Obviously, we know there's a lot, but let's name them. What do we say should be in there and should be out?
Awkwafina.
Yeah.
For Best Actress.
Okay.
Lead Actress. I would love to have somebody like her in that. And then I would maybe, out of this list, obviously, there's a lot of really great ones.
Of course.
I would probably take out Cynthia Erivo or Charlize Theron and then add her in that. And then Greta Gerwig again for director. I cannot believe that that's not there. I would love to have something like Honey Boy, The Farewell, be nominated for Best Picture. So the fact that they're not, also Uncut Gems. I mean, those are some of my biggest snubs. Yeah, there's a lot. I keep thinking like it just as I
and we
look
can
into
come
the
back.
list.
You can jump. You can throw some
yeah,
out.
well, as I look into it more, I'm kind of just shocked that Joker. Okay.
Oh my God.
11 nominations.
You're talking to me.
I know.
Y'all talking to me.
Just looking at the list and how much Joker covers, where I don't think. Okay, my worst one is for where is it? Adapted screenplay, Joker.
Yeah.
That's
Bro,
that's
that is
probably
atrocious.
that and the directing. I would take Joker out in 0.2 seconds.
Yeah, it's funny because I rewatched that scene that I keep talking about because people are tweeting it out. I still don't get how people are like, "That's amazing." I'm just like, "Oh, that's so bad." It's poorly written. Like really poorly written.
I liked Joker just fine. I keep getting a lot of comments. People are like, "Oh my God." But the two weakest parts to me was the direction and was the screenplay.
Yes.
So the fact that it's nominated for both of those categories over other things that deserved it way more.
Absolutely.
Those are my two.
And I want to clarify. Obviously, this isn't going to be Joker bash because someone came at me and they were like, "You don't think it deserves anything? You think it's the worst movie?" And I'm like, "No, the score is incredible. The cinematography is incredible. Like, absolutely, it should be. Joaquin Phoenix is incredible. Like, why would I deny that in a movie that I think is a really average movie? Yeah. It doesn't mean that it doesn't deserve like score and acting and all this other stuff it's a really pretty movie, but it adapted screenplay.
There are really great
best director.
Yeah, there are really great parts to that film, and I would not say screenplay and direction is
absolutely not.
Yeah, I think they could have gave it screenplay but not director. I think we'd be less mad at this. Well, because I do think on a screenplay level, it is a kind of decent screenplay. That last scene is maybe not great, but the idea of conceiving like an origin story inside of like this Martin Scorsese-esque thing is kind of a good idea on paper. But I don't know about director.
The director is by far the most atrocious.
Yeah, that's atrocious.
I would take anyone on. Like
I agree with
I
that.
can name a director and I can say, the Safdies. My God, nominate the
I agree with
Safdies.
that.
Greta Gerwig, nominate her.
I'll even say take it out of film editing because the editing in that movie to me is the worst part.
That's what I'm saying. Like here's my thing. There are subcategories that people don't care about. I do.
Yeah.
Like I think you and I do.
Yeah.
We care about some
visual effects.
I care about visual effects. I care about production design. I care about costumes.
Yeah.
And people don't. I care about makeup. And Joker's nominated for all those. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Take them all out.
Makeup, come on, makeup.
No, but
I like
makeup, like
I like makeup.
Oh my God.
I think makeup.
They said that Joaquin Phoenix literally did like makeup tests on himself and would send him pictures. Like if Joaquin Phoenix is like doing this,
that's why I'm just like I can name like 5 other films that deserve makeup over Joker. Yeah. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest egregious technical snub to me was Alita Battle Angel not getting visual effects nominations.
Bro,
I think for sure. Yeah,
Alita Army.
No.
Yeah, we're both
you have no idea,
Alita
bro.
Army, yeah.
I honestly was hurt.
Yeah.
I was hurt. I think it deserves to win.
It should have won, yeah.
I think it deserves to win the Oscar for Best Visual Effects.
100%.
And I look at the list and I'm like, y'all are joking, right?
Yeah.
This over Alita? Like,
well, 1917 looks pretty good,
oh
too.
my God, bro. I don't know. I'm just like, maybe I'm just so passionate, and I apologize to you guys because I haven't seen you guys in a minute.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, I already know who's gonna win too, and it's just it pisses me off who's gonna win.
Which
and I
one do you
know
think is
you
gonna
love
win?
this movie, and that's fine. You can love it.
Yeah.
Old people are awesome, sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like really y'all.
Oh, the Irishman?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, really, y'all gonna give it to like we got rid of the wrinkles. Look at us.
Okay.
And I'm just like,
all right, that's a little much.
oh my God, this is gonna win Best Oscar because y'all get like straighten out the face, and I just get. Bro.
They're not gonna give it to that.
Oh, I'm so mad about visual effects, and y'all already know because we fought about that.
It is great visual effects in that movie, though. They did a behind-the-scene featurette.
I saw that. I saw
yeah,
that.
they didn't even put any.
You could
dots
see
in
the
their
same
face.
visual effects in a Fincher movie. You could see the same visual effects.
Yeah.
Like,
and by the way,
Doesn't
Curious Case
deserve
of
the
Benjamin
Oscar.
Button won that year for best visual effects. So
I know. So give me some snubs, man. Before we take off.
like I said, Alita Battle Angels is snub for me.
That's one of my biggest ones.
Uncut
by far.
gems in both original score and editing and best actor is up there for me. Aquafina, like you said, I think at least like if The Farewell should have got, they at least throw a token screenplay nomination in there. Usually, they didn't even throw a token nomination for that one in there. I thought that was pretty upsetting. I also think for best pick, I also think a screenplay nomination for Honey Boy would have been dope. A director nomination for Honey Boy would have been dope. Yeah, like, and to me, number one biggest snub, no doubt, is Lupita Nyong'o for us.
I agree.
I think in a year that would have been fair, she would have won. I think that's a winning performance. I mean, I didn't see Judy, so I can't I can't say it did better than Judy or not. But to me, like literally playing two parts in a horror movie with that Jordan Peele stature too. And I think Us got snubbed for a lot of nominations too, but it looked like that wasn't getting any buzz going into the season.
I agree with all that. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
I still think Lupita Nyong'o is a huge snub. I would take out quite a few people and put
Over.
Lupita in there.
Yeah.
I have to give the biggest one for me is The Farewell, to be honest, for
Yeah.
Best Picture.
Yeah.
And honestly,
Yep.
for I know Awkwafina's getting a lot of love, but I would take out quite a few supporting actresses for Shu Zhen Zhao.
For the
who
grandma.
played
Oh
Nai
my
Nai.
gosh,
Yeah.
she was incredible.
She was incredible. And I would by far take, I mean, that's the thing. People are always like, well, you want to nominate them. Well, who would you take out? Honestly, probably Scarlett Johansson and Jojo Rabbit.
Really?
I'd take her out. I'd take out
Yeah, it's kind of
Margot
What about
Robbie.
Kathy? What about Kathy Bates for
Margot
Richard
Robbie?
Jewell? Did you guys see Richard
I
Jewell?
heard it was really good.
Um,
I heard it was really good.
she's good, but I'd put Zhen Zhao.
I thought she was good, but I would rather put
100%.
other people. Yeah.
By a mile.
But it's Kathy Bates. It's more of a legacy nomination.
Margot
But
Robbie,
that's what
Kathy
kinda-
Bates.
That's the problem. That is the
The
problem.
only people I wouldn't take out is Laura Dern and Florence Pugh. Everyone else I would take
But
for
I think-
Shu Zhen Zhao.
Yeah, for sure. You can even.
I would still
mean,
keep Scarlett Johansson.
I don't like that she's nominated twice. I think that's ridiculous. Like, getting
But
her
she was in
nominated
two
twice.
amazing films, and I'm not
Yeah.
even a Scarlett Johansson
I
huge
do, but
supporter at all.
I really do feel like the level she's in Jojo Rabbit versus the level she's in Marriage Story
Well,
is
yeah.
kind of a wide gap.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought she was a quirky mom in Jojo Rabbit, and I was
Yeah.
like, all right,
I
quirky
agree with that,
mom.
too.
Let's Oscar nomination, double
Yeah,
nominee,
I agree
cool.
with that,
Yeah.
So let's go to me real quick, and then we'll finish out.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is my thing, man. There are movies that deserve to get attention, but like you said, Us to me, obviously, you can't nominate the score. I think I thought it was the best score of the year, but you said you can't nominate it.
Well, I don't
Right?
know. I don't know if you can, but I think that they have some sort of qualification. Like there has to be a certain amount of the score that's original. And
Yeah.
because they adapted, they sampled the song. I don't know what I don't know how much of the score is relevant in that. But I do think that if in a fair year, that definitely should have been nominated for sure.
I feel like for score, you can do that one. You can do. I still feel like Uncut Gems.
the score in that, fuck.
But
Oh
the
my
whole movie,
gosh.
I feel
Yeah.
like, my God, this movie should be nominated for Best Picture, in my
Yes.
opinion.
100%.
I
That's
think the
something to be
Safdie should be
celebrated.
nominated
Yeah.
over Todd Phillips.
Oh, by the way, this is I didn't it's a complete A24 shutout. By the way, I don't know if you
Yeah.
noticed that.
No, I
Like,
think
Yeah.
there's one.
which one?
The Lighthouse, cinematography.
Oh, for cinematography, yeah. But I mean,
Which is deserved.
That's very deserved.
Yeah.
That's
That's
very
honestly probably the most deserved.
You know why? Because it's in black and white, and all these old people like black and white movies.
100%.
Yeah.
You're spot on.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
honestly spot the
Yeah.
F on.
But I don't know what I guess the Academy's still mad over the whole Moonlight situation that they just completely. It's been like gradual every year too. Like they didn't nominate Bill Street. I don't know if Bill Street was A24 or not, but they've been gradually getting away from the A24 hype.
Obviously, you're the DP guy. You love cinematography. I do too, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't.
For sure.
I don't have that eye like you do. But I don't know, man. There's just some of these that I'm just like, really?
Or you're gonna say the Irishman, huh? A lot of people been saying the Irishman.
The Irishman, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh no. Once Upon a Time deserves that nomination.
It's pretty. Like, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, honestly, I would take out.
I actually know a guy. Before you said that, I actually know a grip who's like a good friend of mine.
Sure.
Who actually worked on that movie.
Sure.
So I'm not gonna say it doesn't deserve it.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fine.
But a lot of people are saying Irishman. I actually really think the cinematography in Irishman is really, really good.
It is
But
really good.
I can see how people could not.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
not good. This
Yeah.
isn't me saying this isn't good. This is
Yeah.
me saying I would probably put something over it.
Yeah.
For example, and I'm gonna give this movie love.
Yeah.
Midsommar.
Yeah, that's some brilliant cinematography.
That
for
movie
sure.
is just
gorgeous.
Definitely.
It's the weird balance of like one of the most beautiful shot movies and one of the most disturbing at the same time, and it makes you feel that.
Yeah.
Obviously, Florence Pugh is my favorite performance of the year. I would put her in Best Actress over a few of these.
Yeah.
I'd put Lupita Nyong'o.
Would you double nominate her? I think she deserves
honestly,
a double nomination
yeah.
this year. Yeah, she had like 4. She had like 4
I
she could be
honestly feel
nominated
like
for.
people should rewatch Midsommar.
Yeah.
Because everyone is overlooking her in that. I really do feel like I
really
watched that
great.
movie and I was just like, oh my God, who is this girl? She's killing me right now.
Yeah.
And she's been on screen for 5 minutes.
That's not to mention
And she's stabbing my heart.
That's not to mention Fighting with My Family.
Yeah.
And, what's
Little
the other
Women.
joint she was in? Yeah, Little Women. She's nominated for that. But she had like literally 4 hits, like straight up hits this year.
I just feel like when there's movies like Best Picture and they nominate, obviously Joker.
Yeah, it's also
Ford versus Ferrari.
Again, I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time
I
in
love Once
Hollywood.
Upon a Time in Hollywood. Stop making it a cheat code to put Hollywood in the title. Like it's a cheat code.
Yeah.
It's literally a cheat code. Like
I'd put quite a few movies over that movie,
A
to be
lot.
honest.
For me, that's
I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Yeah.
but bruh, like it's not even Tarantino's best. I think if you talk to Tarantino, he'll at least be like, yeah, I like it personally, but it's not like really one of my favorites. Like, I mean, I don't know. That's to me, it's like, bruh, it's like a cheat code. To me, Django should have had as much, if not more, recognition as this movie's getting, or any of his other movies.
It is really interesting to see the volume of like nominations, like Joker getting like 11, and I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood got like 10. It's like so many are getting so much recognition and so many great films are being left off. It's like, where do we find that balance of like things actually getting the recognition
It's
they
like
deserve?
a group think. It's like literally a group think.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what bothers me the most about this, is that I just keep seeing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, that's my thing. My thing is like people always say these are the best quality movies. You can't take it out. Prove me wrong. And every year I'm just like, yeah, I can prove you wrong.
Yeah.
There are better movies out there directed by different types of people, not the same type of person, a white dude over the age of 50. Like there is different types of dudes out there. There's different types of people out there that can make great movies that deserve awards. And that's my thing. Like it's not even about like box office or anything like that. It's just about that some of these people kill themselves to make movies. And if you're not, again, we're arguing about an award show. The importance is minimal, but at the same time, this is their life's work.
Yeah.
So when you choose to be like, we're gonna pick the same dude over and over again for 20 years, or picking a random dude just because you think it's gonna get views, that's the Todd Phillips thing in me. That gets to me. I don't know. I feel like that's a disappointment.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing 1917 take all the awards that it's going to deserve, because I don't think anything else is going to stand a chance.
Really?
It's 1917.
Yeah. I mean,
we could talk about nominations for Joker and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood all day, but 1917 for sure is going to take.
Can you give me before we leave, because I think we're done? Give me your thoughts on best editing, the nominees.
What are the nominees? Because I forgot them. I know for sure Joker's there. I know for sure.
I had the list pulled
Parasite,
up.
Joker, Jojo Rabbit, Irishman, and Ford v Ferrari.
Irishman. No, there's a couple bad cuts in there. Well, no, actually no. Irishman has bad cuts, but Oscar says movies have bad cuts, and I think it's brilliant. I would take out Ford v Ferrari because I think that movie's just all right, even though the editing might actually be the best part of it.
But dude, I mean, when I see Ford v Ferrari in Best Picture, and I'm like, The Farewell. I mean, I could put a lot in there, but it's like old white dudes are like, that's my movie though, and I'm just like, I know, we get it.
Exactly.
We get that it's your movie,
It's
bro.
definitely a dad movie.
Even,
for sure.
I'm not a huge editing person, but even Jennifer Lame's editing for Marriage Story,
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was absolutely beautiful. And so the fact that that's
Bruh.
not on there, but like Ford v Ferrari.
Yeah.
What are your favorite
I'll
edited
take
movies?
off Joker too. I'll take off Joker too.
100%.
Yeah.
What are your best edited movies of the year?
Uncut Gems. For
Oh,
sure. It's
yes.
up there.
What else?
Also Parasite. I mean, Parasite's probably the one that's gonna.
It's nominated.
It is.
Okay, I was gonna say
that one should be the
that's
winner.
an incredibly
That one
edited
should
movie.
be the winner. I think actually salute to Nerd Writer. He put out an excellent video recently about Parasite, the perfect montage.
Yeah.
Brilliant video about how well edited that movie is.
Maybe just because I've seen a lot of behind the scenes, and I've been really caught up in this movie because I just saw it. 1917. And I know a lot of
not
people
for
are like,
editing. No, not for editing. No.
I do. I would put it for editing.
That's more to me. I would consider that more of a visual effects nomination. Because
But it's really edited.
it's
There's a
edited.
lot of editing in that movie.
No, 100%.
A ton. Which is why I'm just like, okay, I get it. Because if there was like 3 cuts, I would be like, all right. But there's like dozens of.
Oh no, for sure.
You're like cut.
There are a lot of cuts. There
Yeah.
are a lot of cuts. But I think for me at least, where I distinguish it is that there are a lot of moments where you see CGI blending scenes together, and I'll put that more as a visual effects accomplishment because. I'm sure the actual editor did have to time out the edit just right, but there's also a whole visual effects team that's also responsible and cleaning that up too. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't personally nominate it. I know it won the Critics' Choice Award, which I was like, wow, that movie won the Critics' Choice Award for Best Editing.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah, for me, Parasite, to me, is easily Parasite. And also, but salute to Irishman in there too, because I really like Irishman.
When I think of stuff like that, and people are like, "Who cares about editing, man? Why are you talking about this so much?" To me, a movie like Uncut Gems,
Uncut Gems is.
it's like when it's completely. At least give it an editing for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Like that movie was really well edited, and I'm not an editor, but I can tell.
You can tell.
So I don't know. There's just a lot in here that I really feel the Academy needs to change.
Definitely. But the cool thing is we have people like us. We have a lot of film Twitter. People are up in arms about the films that they love. So we can continue as we go to celebrate those and be happy and support those people.
Yeah.
So in the future, hopefully there's changes that are going to be made. I know I say this all the time, and I'm always trying to be optimistic, and maybe I'm overly optimistic thinking they're going to recognize the better options. But that's a beautiful thing. We could sit here and argue and yell at people, but we could also just agree that, things like The Farewell, things like Honey Boy, all of those beautiful, beautiful films. So
100%.
Absolutely. Alrighty, we're out of here, guys. Thank you so much for listening to our reaction to the Oscar nominations. If you want to keep checking out this channel, please subscribe to First Cut. That's where you can find us. You can find me on Twitter and social media at Squad Leader Ace.
You find me same place, Twitter, Instagram at Director RB3.
Twitter and Instagram, Sabrina X Monica.
And be sure to check out more of our videos, guys. We're going to be dropping quite a few, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be here talking about the Oscars even more. I'm sure we will.
Oh, yeah.
So
We should do a live commentary video.
ooh,
That one.
Like not actually live, but like record it live and then upload it the next day.
I like that.
Yeah, we
Let's
should
do
watch it together.
No, that's what I'm. Well, no,
Watch it
we're not gonna like
together.
FaceTime.
No, I'm saying like
We have to-
watch it
we have to
together.
get-
No. Yeah, that's what
Oh,
I
okay.
mean. That's what I mean. Not like
Okay.
over FaceTime. We're like, what?
No. I mean like
have all the
physically
events
together.
recorded.
No, yeah, no. We're all gonna hang out on one couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
There you
that.
go.
Do that.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. That is all.
Have a little music.
Peace out.
Music.